The Coconut Oil Miracle, 5th edition, Bruce Fife. Chapter, Chapter 2, Understanding Fats. Trans fatty acid. Trans fatty acids are created by modern technology and are foreign to the human body. Because these fats are unlike the natural fatty acids needed for good health, our bodies are incapable of utilizing them in a productive manner. It's like pouring apple cider into a gas tank of your car. It gums up the works. Cars are designed to run on gasoline, not apple cider. The sugars in the apple juice will cause the engine to freeze up. In like manner, trans fatty acids cause our cells to freeze up, so to speak, leaving them dysfunctional. The more trans fatty acids eaten, the greater the cellular destruction until entire tissues and organs become seriously affected. Disease is the result. In the extraction, refining, and deodorizing process, vegetable oils are heated to temperatures up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for extended periods of time. Vegetable oils are often hydrogenated to turn them to turn them into solid fats. In the process of hydrogenation, higher temperatures and longer exposure times create a far greater number of trans fatty acids. Shortening and margarine are hydrogenated oils. On average, they contain about 35% trans fatty acids, but some brands may run as high as 48%. Between 15 and 19% of the fatty acids in conventionally processed liquid vegetables are trans fatty acids. Many researchers believe trans fatty acids have a greater influence on the development of cardiovascular disease than any other dietary fat. Studies now clearly show that trans fatty acids can contribute to atherosclerosis and heart disease. For example, in animal studies, swine fed a diet containing trans fatty acids developed more extensive atherosclerotic damage than those fed other types of fats. Researchers estimate that in the United States, consumption of trans fatty acids causes at least 30,000 premature deaths a year. The New England Journal of Medicine reported the results of a 14-year study of more than 800,000 nurses. New England Medical Journal of Medicine, November 20th, 1997. The research documented 939 heart attacks among the participants. Among the women who consumed the largest amounts of trans fatty trans fat, the chance of suffering a heart attack was 53% higher than that among those at the low end of trans fat consumption. Another interesting fact uncovered by the study was the total fat intake had little effect on the rate of heart attack. Women in the group with the largest consumption of total fat, 46% of calories, had no greater risk of heart attack than those in the group with the lowest consumption of total fat, 29% of calories. The researchers from the Harvard School of Public Health in Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston who conducted the study said this suggested that limiting the consumption of trans fats would be more effective in avoiding heart attacks than reducing overall fat intake. About 15% of the fat in the typical Western diet is trans fat. Trans fatty acids affect more than just our cardiovascular health. According to Mary Enig, PhD, when monkeys were fed trans fat containing margarine in their diets, the red blood cells did not bind insulin as well as when they were not fed trans fat, suggesting a relationship with diabetes. Trans fatty acids have been linked with a variety of adverse health effects, including cancer, heart disease, multiple sclerosis, diverticulosis, complications of diabetes, and other degenerative conditions. Hydrogenated oil is a product of technology and may be the most destructive food additive currently in common use. If you eat margarine, shortening, or hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils, common food additives, then you are consuming trans fatty acids. Many of the foods you buy in the store and restaurants are prepared with or cooked in hydrogenated oil. Fried foods sold in grocery stores and restaurants are usually cooked in hydrogenated oil. Many frozen, processed foods are cooked or prepared in hydrogenated oils. Hydrogenated oils are used in making French fries, biscuits, cookies, crackers, chips, frozen pies, pizzas, peanut butter, cake frosting, candy, and ice cream substitutes such as margarine. The processed vegetable oils you buy in the store aren't much better. The heat used in the extraction and refining process also creates trans fatty acids. So that bottle of corn or safflower oil that you have on the kitchen shelf contains some trans fatty acids, even though it has not yet been hydrogenated. Unless the vegetable oil has been cold pressed or expeller expressed, it contains trans fatty acids. Most of the common brands of vegetable oil and salad dressing contain trans fatty acids. Saturated fats from any source are much more tolerant of the temperatures used in cooking and do not form trans fatty acids or create harmful free radicals. Therefore, they make much better cooking oils. Saturated fats are only the fats that are safe to eat and cook with. Many people, however, are hesitant to use saturated fat because of concern about heart disease. But coconut oil is heart healthy and can be used in cooking without fear. It not only is resistant to heat, but it is an excellent oil for improving overall health.